What's up, wonderful people of YouTube? YouTube University, that's what I like to call it because you can learn so much. So today I want to explain a little bit more about these bottom brackets and why I can't live with it. The smaller doors, the dock doors, I could live with it. And I'll go through it. I'll show you the cables and that, but we got a 12 by 14 here that is going to go in here. I got Mr. Caleb working today, so he's going to grab the bottom brackets. I'll flip it around. I'll show you. There's two existing doors way down here. One got boarded up. The dock doors, I could see a bottom bracket like this, but you're going to see what I'm talking about, and you tell me if you agree with what I'm going to decide to do, because I am going to put the bigger bottom brackets on it because I just can't live with myself knowing that this is a full vertical lift and it's going to be tight too. We had, unfortunately, the days we live in, we don't live in the whole, they can put up the red steel and we come measure things anymore. We have to order things, 14, 16 weeks out, and it's just cuckoo. So I'm going to show you his bottom brackets once he brings them, and we'll go from there. All right, so here is the bottom brackets I'm talking about. This is what Clopay originally sent right here. And I just can't believe this for a 12 by 14 door, insulated sandwich door. It's too much, full vertical. And like I said, look at these cables. They're massive to make them pop on there. They could pop off and this thing could come down like a guillotine and kill somebody. So we're not going to do that. We're going to end up using this bottom bracket. You can see how much more stout it is. I'm not really concerned about the stout. What I'm more concerned about is this lip that goes under. This is the wrong side, so bear with me, but it goes under the door to actually catch it, so that basically if you took all these screws, it would still stay there roughly. And it's got pins to go through for the cable right here. Way better, way better. I just can't even believe Clopay sent it like this. So with my theory, what I ended up doing, because I thought maybe I was going cuckoo, I actually checked out this door down here, and I'll show you. This is a previous door we did about 3 years ago for this customer. And so when I went in there, I can't go in there now because they're closed right now, but they do have the bottom brackets that have the lip on them. So that just shows you that's another 12 by 14 that eventually will get moved over to here. But that just shows you that 12 by 14 had bottom brackets with the lip. And I really think it's just a thing that was something that got missed by Clopay, but it's just something as a technician, you have to pay attention. So I like to sleep at night, and I like to think that I did everything possible, the best of my ability, with all my years of wisdom, that made it the best. Now, here's a little kind of a weird story, right? Years ago, I had a customer that had it was a Wayne Dalton. It was a 9600 door, I believe. I know it was a steelback. And this is why this makes me so... this is kind of fascinating to me that they'd even send those brackets. So we had a customer had standard lift door. So the door just went up and went back like normal. They were going to put a car hoist in their garage. And I remember they wanted the high lift and it to go back. So it went up the wall a little bit and then it curled back. And I remember dealing with them to get the calculations through Wayne Dalton. And I remember through the secretary, and I remember through Wayne Dalton, them basically grinding my butt because they told me that I'd have to change out the sections. And I was like so flabbergasted by that. I thought, now why in the world would we have to change out the sections? One thing led to another, led to another, led to another. Come to find out, the bottom brackets had to be changed to be pins, the pins that I just showed you, not this. So I'm actually taking this one off right here. I actually mounted this, but see, here's another. This is what I'm talking about. Let's get you a little closer up here. Look at this. This thing could potentially, now it's really tough, I'm not gonna lie, but that could pop off. Now, I personally have never seen one pop off. I have seen them pop off, but I've never seen them come down like a guillotine. If you guys have seen a door come down like a guillotine with both cables, typically what happens with garage doors is one cable will still get wound up. It'll get bound up on the shaft, or it'll be hanging and the door goes crooked. And that's never a problem. So then it doesn't come down like a guillotine and kill somebody. But it's just the little things that if we can go a little extra further, especially on a 12 by 40, that's a big door, man. That's a lot of weight. Like this dock door right here, could it come down and hurt somebody and kill somebody? Heck yes, it could. But I don't fear it as much as I do a heavier door like that it could find its way to shimmy through the track and come down like a guillotine. So anyways, going back to Wayne Dalton. I ended up, they had to have the pins. So they basically wanted me to change out all the sections, which I couldn't understand because I kept thinking, the sections are fine. What's wrong with the sections? I just want to reuse the sections, and I just want to make it go up. So I needed the track, and I needed the springs and drums and all that to be re-engineered. And they basically wouldn't do it. It was almost like they were kind of saying that they're going to put more reinforcement. But I think ultimately it came down to those bottom brackets happen to have pins in it because of the fact that it had now high lift in it. And if it came out, it could turn more to a guillotine. There was more weight. It was very weird. You know what I mean? I just kept thinking, this isn't rocket science. I kept thinking, how do you... I just want to reuse the sections, and they wouldn't let me do it. So anyways, it's just something I want you guys to be aware of. If you see it, you probably should correct it. And you got to use your best judgment. That's all you got to do. You got to use your judgment on it. But like I said, this is what they sent me. Will it work? Yes, it probably will. But the biggest thing I didn't like is I don't like not having a lip under here. That makes me concerned because for some reason, if these screws start vibrating, and this is not going to happen when it's brand new. This is going to happen long term. When the door gets bumped by a forklift, all these things, right, that add up. It could be a problem. The wind. I thought somebody was walking up on me. So anyways, I hope that's helpful for you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, if you made it to the end, just a little trick too. I had to modify this one. The reason I do that is I don't want this weather seal, so that's going to cradle in there. But if you cut this too much, they get real floppy. So, but just enough to catch the bottom, like the other one behind me there. That's how it was. That's like more than enough. But like I said, old bracket's kind of overkill. But just a little trick, modify them. Just get a little nub on there now. Right weather seal. The problem is if I peel this down and go in here, I get hung up right here, and then also it'll show light. You'll have light through there. You don't want that with the customer. They won't like that. So there you go. Little modification, little trick. So you know.